come get your money. Whole lot where they came from, come get it from me. I took my main hoe, you and hog, the threesome. They yelling feet, 5, 4, 4. I'm big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go B5, 4, 4. I'm big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up, the beanstalk.
Hippie beats.
B544, I'm big down, here I come. She know I ain't the 2 under 1. Got big old sticks on this drum. I counted up with my thumb. Put children all on her tongue. Should've ordered up 1,000 ones. Come on, let's get it, let's go. Blue hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep a Glock 43, you know I took me. I'm throwing money in the clutch of heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 544. I'm big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go B544. I'm big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The page dog.
Now it's a party every time, you know I pop out. Walk up in the spot, I might just rock out with my Glock out. We got plenty sticks, if you walk up, you might get shot down. Diamonds on my neck and wrist flooded, call it bust down. Fuck the bag up, you know I had to get another one. 20s, 50s, 100s in my pocket, I'm in love with them. Partners told me flip it, made it triple, that's another one. Has been coming in, you know we taxing, know we bustin'. Ricky bit, know she a skeeter, I got the park, Derek Jeter. Clutch that 9, I keep that heater, like to argue, Martin Jean. I just be focused, getting money, make it rain up in the club, I'm throwing hundreds. Call me big dog, I got these niggas pissed off, big balls.
Blue hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep the Glock 43, you know I took me. I'm throwing money in the clutch of heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 544. I'm big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go B544. I'm big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beanstalk. If it ain't a bunch of drugs, it ain't a party. I brought my youngins, they gon' rock out like guitarists. I pull it quick when she call me quick drama gross. She know I'm getting it, if you broke it ain't my fault. I throw her bag, she give me dope. I go beast mode, cause we eat goat. I ain't too approachable, but don't get close. They call me smooth, but I do the most. Blue water diamonds, your shit ocean. I smoke the finest, this shit potent. They couldn't find them, nobody told shit. Money be blinded, I'm so focused. Throw it up to get it out the flow, it's filled with honey. I throw my profit on them naked hoes, come get your money. Whole lot where they came from, come get it from me. I took my main hoe, you and hog, the threesome. They yelling feet, 544. I'm big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go B544. I'm big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beanstalk.
Hippie beats.
B544, I'm big down, here I come. She know I ain't the 2 under 1. Got big old sticks on this drum. I counted up with my thumb. Put children all on her tongue. Should've ordered up 1,000 ones. Come on, let's get it, let's go. Blue hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep a Glock 43, you know I took me. I'm throwing money in the clutch of heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 544. I'm big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go B544. I'm big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The page dog.
Now it's a party every time, you know I pop out. Walk up in the spot, I might just rock out with my Glock out. We got plenty sticks, if you walk up, you might get shot down. Diamonds on my neck and wrist flooded, call it bust down. Fuck the bag up, you know I had to get another one. 20s, 50s, 100s in my pocket, I'm in love with them. Partners told me flip it, made it triple, that's another one. Has been coming in, you know we taxing, know we bustin'. Ricky bit, know she a skeeter, I got the park, Derek Jeter. Clutch that 9, I keep that heater, like to argue, Martin Jean. I just be focused, getting money, make it rain up in the club, I'm throwing hundreds. Call me big dog, I got these niggas pissed off, big balls.
Blue hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep the Glock 43, you know I took me. I'm throwing money in the clutch of heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 544. I'm big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go B544. I'm big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beanstalk. If it ain't a bunch of drugs, it ain't a party. I brought my youngins, they gon' rock out like guitarists. I pull it quick when she call me quick drama gross. She know I'm getting it, if you broke, it ain't my fault. I throw her bags to give me dope. I go beast mode, cause we eat goat. I ain't too opposed, but don't get close. They call me smooth, but I do the most. Blue water diamonds, your shit ocean. I smoke the finest, this shit potent. They couldn't find them, nobody told shit. Money be blinded, I'm so focused. Throw it up to get it out the flow, it's filled with honey. I throw my profit on them naked hoes, come get some money. Whole lot where that came from, come get it from me. I took my main hoe, you and hog, the three sons. They yelling feet, 5, 4, 4. I'm big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go, B5, 4, 4. I'm big dog. I was broke, now I'm going up, the beach start.
Beat out.
Hippie beats.
You want to see, you know what I'm saying? Smooth.
B5, 4, 4. I'm big down, here I come. She know I ain't the 2 under 1. Got big old sticks on this drum. I counted up with my thumbs. Put children all on her tongue. Should've ordered up 1,000 ones. Come on, let's get it, let's go. Blue hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep a Glock 43, you know I tuck me. I'm throwing money, clutching heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 5, 4, 4. I'm big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they be pissed off. They go, B5, 4, 4. I'm big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The bench dog.
Now it's a party every time, you know I pop out. Walk up in the spot, I might just rock out with my Glock out. We got plenty sticks, if you walk up, you might get shot down. Diamonds on my neck and wrist flooded, call it bust down. Fuck the bag up, you know I had to get another one. 20s, 50s, 100s in my pocket, I'm in love with them. Partners told me flip it, made it trip, well that's another one. Has been coming in, you know we taxing, know we bustin'. Freaky bit, no she is skeetin'. I got the park, Derek Jeter. Clutch that 9, I keep that heater, like to argue, Martin Jean. I just be focused, getting money, make it rain up in the club, I'm throwing hundreds. Call me big dog, I got these niggas pissed off, big balls.
Blue hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep the Glock 43, you know I tuck me. I'm throwing money, clutching heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 5, 4, 4. I'm big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go, B5, 4, 4. I'm big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beach start. If it ain't a bunch of drugs, it ain't a party. I brought my youngins, they gon' rock out like guitarists. I pull it quick when she call me quick drama grouse. She know I'm getting it, if you broke, it ain't my fault. I throw her bags to give me dope. I go beast mode, cause we eat goat. I ain't too opposed, but don't get close. They call me smooth, but I do the most. Blue water diamonds, your shit ocean. I smoke the finest, this shit potent. They couldn't find them, nobody told shit. Money be blinded, I'm so focused. Throw it up to get it out the flow, it's filled with honey. I throw my profit on them naked hoes, come get some money. Whole lot where that came from, come get it from me. I took my main hoe, you and hog, the three sons. They yelling feet, 5, 4, 4. I'm big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go, B5, 4, 4. I'm big dog. I was broke, now I'm going up, the beach start.
Beat out.
Hippie beats.
You want to see, you know what I'm saying? Smooth.
B5, 4, 4. I'm big down, here I come. She know I ain't the 2 under 1. Got big old sticks on this drum. I counted up with my thumbs. Put children all on her tongue. Should've ordered up 1,000 ones. Come on, let's get it, let's go. Blue hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep a Glock 43, you know I tuck me. I'm throwing money, clutching heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 5, 4, 4. I'm big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they be pissed off. They go, B5, 4, 4. I'm big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The bench dog.
Now it's a party every time, you know I pop out. Walk up in the spot, I might just rock out with my Glock out. We got plenty sticks, if you walk up, you might get shot down. Diamonds on my neck and wrist flooded, call it bust down. Fuck the bag up, you know I had to get another one. 20s, 50s, 100s in my pocket, I'm in love with them. Partners told me flip it, made it trip, well that's another one. Has been coming in, you know we taxing, know we bustin'. Freaky bit, no she is skeetin'. I got the park, Derek Jeter. Clutch that 9, I keep that heater, like to argue, Martin Jean. I just be focused, getting money, make it rain up in the club, I'm throwing hundreds. Call me big dog, I got these niggas pissed off, big balls.
Blue hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep the Glock 43, you know I tuck me. I'm throwing money, clutching heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 544. Big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, pissed off. It go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beam star. If it ain't a bunch of drugs, it ain't a party. I brought my youngins, they gon' rock out like guitarists. I pull it quick when she call me quick drama gross. She know I'm getting it, if you broke, it ain't my fault. I throw her bag, she give me dope. I go beast mode, cause we eat goat. Ain't too opposed, but don't get close. They call me smooth, but I do the most. Blue water diamonds, your shit ocean. I smoke the finest, this shit potent. They couldn't find me, nobody told shit. Money be blinded, I'm so focused. Throw it up to get it out the flow, it's filled with honey. I throw my profit on them naked hoe, come get your money. Whole lot where that came from, come get it from me. I took my main hoe, you and hog, the three son, let's go. Yellow feet, 544. Big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. It go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beach star.
Beat out.
Hippie beats.
You want to see, you know what I'm saying? Smoothie.
B544, a big dog, here I come. She know I ain't the 2 under 1. Got big old sticks on this drum. I counted up with my thumbs. Put children all on her tongue. Shoulda ordered up 1,000 ones. Come on, let's get it, let's go. Blue hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep a Glock 43, you know I'm tucking it. I'm throwing money, clutching heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 544. A big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. It go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beach star.
Now it's a party every time, you know I pop out. Walk up in the spot, I might just rock out with my Glock out. We got plenty sticks, if you walk up, you might get shot down. Diamonds on my neck and wrist flooded, call it bust down. Fuck the bag up, you know I had to get another one. 20s, 50s, 100s in my pocket, I'm in love with them. Partners told me flip it, made it triple, that's another one. Passman coming in, you know we taxing, know we bustin'. Ricky bit, no she is skeetin'. I got the park, Derek Jeter. Clutch that 9, I keep that heater, like to argue, Martin Jean. I just be focused, getting money, make it rain up in the club, I'm throwing hundreds. Call me big dog, I got these niggas pissed off. Big balls.
Blue hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep the Glock 43, you know I'm tucking it. I'm throwing money, clutching heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 544. A big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. It go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beach star. If it ain't a bunch of drugs, it ain't a party. I brought my youngins, they gon' rock out like guitarists. I pull it quick when she call me quick drama gross. She know I'm getting it, if you broke, it ain't my fault. I throw her bag, she give me dope. I go beast mode, cause we eat goat. Ain't too opposed, but don't get close. They call me smooth, but I do the most. Blue water diamonds, your shit ocean. I smoke the finest, this shit potent. They couldn't find me, nobody told shit. Money be blinded, I'm so focused. Throw it up to get it out the flow, it's filled with honey. I throw my profit on them naked hoe, come get your money. Whole lot where that came from, come get it from me. I took my main hoe, you and hog, the three son, let's go. Yellow feet, 544. A big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. It go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beach star.
Beat out.
Hippie beats.
You want to see, you know what I'm saying? Smoothie.
B544, a big dog, here I come. She know I ain't the 2 under 1. Got big old sticks on this drum. I counted up with my thumbs. Put children all on her tongue. Shoulda ordered up 1,000 ones. Come on, let's get it, let's go. Blue hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep a Glock 43, you know I'm tucking it. I'm throwing money, clutching heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 544. A big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. It go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beach star.
Now it's a party every time, you know I pop out. Walk up in the spot, I might just rock out with my Glock out. We got plenty sticks, if you walk up, you might get shot down. Diamonds on my neck and wrist flooded, call it bust down. Fuck the bag up, you know I had to get another one. 20s, 50s, 100s in my pocket, I'm in love with them. Partners told me flip it, made a trip, well that's another one. Has been coming in, you know we taxing, know we busting. Freaky bit, know she is skeetin'. I got the park, Derek G. To clutch that 9, I keep that heater. Like to argue, Martin G. I just be focused, getting money. Make it rain up in the club, I'm throwing hundreds. Call me big dog, I got these niggas pissed off. Big balls.
New hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep the clock 43, you know I took me. I'm throwing money, clutching heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 544. Big dog, we throw a whole lot of money. Pissed off. It go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beach dog. If it ain't a bunch of drugs, it ain't a party. I brought my youngins, they gon' rock out like guitars. I pull it quick when she call me quick drama gross. She know I'm getting it, if you broke, it ain't my fault. I throw her bad, she give me dope. I go beast mode, cause we eat goat. Ain't too opposed, but don't get close. They call me smooth, but I do the most. Blue water diamonds, yo shit ocean. I smoke the finest, this shit potent. They couldn't find them, nobody told shit. Money be blinded, I'm so focused. Throw it up to get it out the flow, it's filled with honey. I throw my profit on them naked hoes, come get some money. Whole lot where that came from, come get it from me. I took my main hoe, you and hog, the 3 sons. They yelling feet, 544. A big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beach dog.
Beat out.
Hippie beats.
You want to see, you know what I'm saying? Smooth.
B544, a big down here I come. She know I ain't the 2 under 1. Got big old sticks on this drum. I counted up with my thumbs. Put children all on her tongue. Shoulda order up 1,000 ones. Come on, let's get it, let's go. Blue hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep a Glock 43, you know I took me. I'm throwing money, clutching heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 544. A big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beach dog.
Now it's a party every time, you know I pop out. Walk up in the spot, I might just rock out with my Glock out. We got plenty sticks, if you walk up, you might get shot down. Diamonds on my neck and wrist flooded, call it bust down. Fuck the bag up, you know I had to get another one. 20s, 50s, 100s in my pocket, I'm in love with them. Partners told me flip it, made a trip, well that's another one. Has been coming in, you know we taxing, know we busting. Freaky bit, know she is skeetin'. I got the park, Derek G. To clutch that 9, I keep that heater. Like to argue, Martin G. I just be focused, getting money. Make it rain up in the club, I'm throwing hundreds. Call me big dog, I got these niggas pissed off. Big balls.
New hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep the clock 43, you know I took me. I'm throwing money, clutching heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 544. A big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beach dog. If it ain't a bunch of drugs, it ain't a party. I brought my youngins, they gon' rock out like guitars. I pull it quick when she call me quick drama gross. She know I'm getting it, if you broke, it ain't my fault. I throw her bad, she give me dope. I go beast mode, cause we eat goat. Ain't too opposed, but don't get close. They call me smooth, but I do the most. Blue water diamonds, yo shit ocean. I smoke the finest, this shit potent. They couldn't find them, nobody told shit. Money be blinded, I'm so focused. Throw it up to get it out the flow, it's filled with honey. I throw my profit on them naked hoes, come get some money. Whole lot where that came from, come get it from me. I took my main hoe, you and hog, the 3 sons. They yelling feet, 544. A big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The beach dog.
Beat out.
Hippie beats.
You want to see, you know what I'm saying? Smooth.
B544, a big down here I come. She know I ain't the 2 under 1. Got big old sticks on this drum. I counted up with my thumbs. Put children all on her tongue. Shoulda order up 1,000 ones. Come on, let's get it, let's go. Blue hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep a Glock 43, you know I took me. I'm throwing money, clutching heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 544. A big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up.
party every time you know I pop out. Walk up in the spot, I might just rock out with my Glock out. We got plenty sticks, if you walk up, you might get shot down. Diamonds on my neck and wrist flooded, call it bust down. Fuck the bag up, you know I had to get another one. 20s, 50s, 100s in my pocket, I'm in love with them. Partners told me flip it, made it triple, that's another one. Cash been coming in, you know we taxing, know we bustin'. Freaky bitch, know she a skeeter, I got the park, Derek Jeter. Clutch that 9, I keep that heater, like to argue, Martin Jean. I just be focused, getting money, make it rain up in the club, I'm throwing hundreds. Call me big dog, I got these niggas pissed off, big balls.
New hundreds, I'm in love with them. We fuck the bag up and get another one. Keep the Glock 43, you know I took it. I'm throwing money, clutching heat, cause I don't trust a nigga. Yeah, yellow feet, 544. A big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, pissed off. It go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up. The big star. If it ain't a bunch of drugs, it ain't a party. I brought my youngins, they gon' rock out like guitars. I pull it quick when she call me quick drama gross. She know I'm getting it, if you broke, it ain't my fault. I throw her bags to give me dope. I go beast mode, cause we eat goat. Ain't too approachable, don't get close. They call me smooth, but I do the most. Blue on the diamonds, your shit ocean. I smoke the finest, this shit potent. They couldn't find them, nobody told shit. Money be blinded, I'm so focused. Throw it up to get it out the flow, it's filled with honey. I throw my profit on them naked hoe, come get your money. Whole lot where that came from, come get it from me. I took my main hoe, you and her, the 3 sons. They yelling feet, 544. A big dog, when you throw a whole lot of money, they pissed off. They go B544. A big dog, I was broke, now I'm going up, the big star.
What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Hippie Beats. I'm back at it, chilling in the hood, you hear me? Gonna do a nice little wave to y'all. What's poppin' with y'all, you hear me? We're back at it. Yeah, I'm in the hood. I'm actually in my little studio on here. And, oh, that must have been one of my teams downstairs. But what we're gonna do today is politely, watch this episode of Rory and Mal. I was watching the first few minutes of it, and I was just like, you know what, bro, let me react to this, cause there's a lot of stuff that is like, I can't tell if dude is like glazing or not. It's just weird to me. I don't know. So let's go ahead and take a look at it right quick.
Rory and Mal.
And we are back.
I feel like we never left.
A quick 2 days.
My life has been my life is like in a NutriBullet right now.
I'm curious what your phone has been like the last 2 days, because
It's been a NutriBullet.
mine was blowing up about you, so I could only imagine what your phone was.
Why your phone blowing up about me?
Because the whole world was reacting to your reaction of a reaction of a reaction.
What we all do now. We react to a reaction of somebody reacting to
Yes.
an action.
To Drake reacting to Kendrick, who was reacting to Drake, who was reacting to Kendrick.
Right.
And now we're here
Reacting.
to people reacting to my phone about
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, that's really how Kai Cenat and all these other niggas got famous. They're reacting to reactions of reactions. Like, I'm not gonna dive too deep into it. Let's just keep watching.
your reaction.
So your phone was going off for 48 hours.
Yes.
I got some interesting text messages. I got some interesting phone calls. FaceTimes.
I got some great text messages from West Coast people that can't wait to have a conversation, not in that type of way, but would love to debate with you further.
Oh, I thought you were about to say I can't go to LA no more.
No. Everything was love. And actually from the people the public would think would like hate you, that is super team Kendrick and is publicly
Nobody
banned
can't hate
team
me, man, because I don't hate nobody. So you can't hate me. If you hate me, that's just weird. I don't hate nobody. I've been very clear throughout this thing. It's not hate. It's just, I'm just kind of like befuddled at just the reactions. It's like, y'all don't really I get it, you know what I mean? But it's just like, stop. Like we could stop at some point.
I mean,
But have fun though. Have fun now. But we're gonna have to have a real conversation.
of course, that clip went viral the way it did because it's clipped to a specific time of you yelling loud, and that'll always get people moving. Within context, yeah, actual conversation happened at one point. And everyone just thinks you screamed for 2 hours.
Yeah, and I don't want that. Like that's just so nasty because I'm not a screamer. Pause. But it's just like just in that moment, I just felt like when you get frustrated that people just can't like understand what you're saying. And
Yeah,
like,
my
how
life.
do y'all not understand? Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's all.
And you guys understand why I'm always
I'm
red all
not
the
mad
time.
at Kendrick. People are like, oh, he's so mad at Kendrick. I'm not mad at Kendrick. Why would I be mad at Kendrick? I'm not mad at Kendrick.
Punch said it sounded personal.
It's not
I
personal.
was like, personal?
It's not personal, Punch.
I don't even know if he's ever met Kendrick.
I met Kendrick years ago though. Not I haven't like been around Kendrick in some years, but it's like I said, I fuck with Kendrick. I'm very clear about that. These are two of my favorite rappers of their times, but by far, it's not even close. But just getting frustrated with people's just lack of comprehending what's happening and what's going on, but I gotta stop feeling like everybody just is supposed to understand what I'm saying. I get in that zone sometimes.
My only problem with that is like, for one, I understand basic comprehension and quote unquote common sense, and I'm saying quote unquote because common sense is not common, but you're failing to realize that everybody does not process thoughts the same way you do. And this is going for anybody, you see what I'm saying? And I always say, not everything is meant to be understood. And once you understand that, your life will be so much more better. Because it's like, you can say everything how you feel, and it still might not make sense to me. You could break it down, and I still would not be able to comprehend or understand what is making you feel like that. You can tell me that you feel XYZ about anything. You see what I'm saying? But, okay, I might have to put this damn PT up because I ain't gonna be listening to this the whole goddamn time when nigga doing this shit. But yeah. So, you know what? Both of these bitches about to get picked the fuck up right now. Fuck this shit. Hold on. Yeah, I know I don't have much. Don't judge me. But nah, you can't expect everybody to understand what you're saying or what you're going through. You see what I'm saying? And then I literally just seen. I don't want to talk about it too much. Let me hurry up and put these tames up, and then we're gonna go back to the studio and finish watching this video. Cause, boy, oh boy. Alright, let's finish going back upstairs. Put you guys up. Alright, let's go back to the video now. Oh, snap. There we go. Alright, let's get back to it.
Time that I'm like frustrated, but it wasn't yelling at Kendrick. I'm not upset at Kendrick. I'm not
just explaining that.
Like I said, I'm not upset. I'm not mad about anything. It's just like this is a very passionate, very like intense time in music. That's all.
Well, I was talking with Punch, and we were discussing how rap beef brings the worst out of everybody. At some point, when you're debating, even let's say fuck rap beef, just debating rap. At some point, someone is gonna scream and get out of their character. I don't know why hip hop does that to us. Maybe it's because we love it so much. At some point, we're all going to yell.
Mm-hmm.
So, Terrace Martin tweeted that he loves you. Maybe you just ate something wrong that day.
Oh my God, he did?
He said, I love Maul. Maybe.
I fuck with Terrace. That's
Terrace
my
hit me too. I forgot. His tweet was something like that.
Yeah.
I love Maul, but he maybe he ate something wrong that day.
Yeah,
maybe he had cheese or meat.
Listen, man, these guys know me, man. I'm not. Let me apologize to people that took what my passion was the wrong way. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. It's all music. It's all a good time. Even though I don't agree with what Kendrick is trying to paint, I understand it.
I mean, I would just want to shoot you, Bale, of everyone that was under those comments. every last one of y'all has been melting down for an entire week on the timeline.
Yeah.
Just because it's not audio, your thumbs were louder than Maul for 7 days straight.
Yeah.
They have their thumbs are melted for the
Yeah.
way they've been going off. And
But
then
it's
just
fun,
because
though.
Maul expresses how maybe one side felt and the other side felt just in a different way, you guys were yelling just like that on the top.
But Maul also has the platform to do so. Like, there's a difference between tweeting at somebody and being in a studio and having the ability to push.
Yeah, I mean, but
There's
you know what it is?
visual aids. Like, there's a lot more that goes into what Maul does.
I think, but again, I think it's
Yeah.
just the power of people just seeing a clip and just taking that and you know, trying to spin whatever they trying to spin on it. But no, I'm not upset at Kendrick. I'm because when I read that, I was like, what? I saw some guy on TikTok saying that I was the guy that gave Kendrick like some info. I was like the stories that are coming from this, I'm like, wait, me?
Oh yeah, you became the Maul.
That shit is insane.
Actually, me and Kendrick have been planning this since the BET Cypher in 2011.
Oh.
Yeah, we're that calculated.
Yeah. I'm just laughing at that type of shit, but you know, it's all in good sport. Nobody's upset. Well, I'm not upset.
Well, did now that you saw the fallout in the public, the matter of public opinion, not just on the beef, but more specifically directed at you, did that change your tone at all? Do you feel differently about this situation?
no.
Oh, okay.
Are you kidding me? Drake is still smashing.
I wasn't sure if there was
Oh, okay.
millions of people that
I
disagreed
don't
with
give
you.
a
Maybe
mil-
like,
you think I give a fuck what millions of people say? Millions of people can have bad taste. You know that, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
As long as we know that part of it. Like,
That's
I'm not one of those
been
guys.
proven for centuries.
I'm not one of those guys that thinks that because a restaurant has a high rating that the food is great.
Not gonna lie, to me that's a L take. Cause I want to say millions of people have bad taste. That's really probably just their preferred taste. You see what I'm saying? It's all a matter of opinion when it comes to food. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't sit there and, like, I ain't gonna lie, me and my Memphis partners had this discussion a lot of whose food is better out of New Orleans and Memphis. It's just what you prefer. There are some people who don't like seafood, and there are some people who don't like motherfucking barbecue like that, or just the way that Memphis people cook their barbecue. You see what I'm saying? They like their shit a different way. You see what I'm saying? Like, even in Louisiana, people boil their crawfish differently. I don't know. I'm trying not to dig too deep into it, but yeah, let me just go ahead and press play.
I'm not one of those. Let me go and see, because a lot of people don't know what good food is.
Yeah, but then
You
a
live
lot.
long enough to understand that part. Like you're not as, no, it's not.
But
all
then-
these restaurants y'all be going to is just for a picture and the ambiance. The food is terrible.
But then you go to some of those really fancy, world-renowned restaurants, and you get like this much food, has no real flavor.
Yeah.
It just has the name,
Exactly.
and that's not good food to me.
Exactly.
I'd rather go to the Chinese spot that Drake and Kendrick go to.
New
So
Hope
you
King.
saying Kendrick is Philippe?
Motherfucking ads.
Did I say that? No, I'm not saying Kendrick is Philippe. I'm just saying that song.
Wait, is Philippe bad?
To me, yeah, that shit is terrible. But just taste levels. That's all it is. No disrespect to Philippe and whoever
Kendrick
made.
say less.
You know what I mean? Like that shit is all that shit is trash to me. But it's just taste level.
I'm not gonna get you started, but a lot of people would think that Drake would be more on the side of the high name like a Philippe that everyone loves and goes to. That's the place they take pictures. That
Yep.
gets the most attention, but it doesn't have the best food when you get to the kitchen. Most people would say that in this food comparison.
I hear you.
That right there is a W take. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't say that Kendrick is this high well establishment. To me personally, I feel like Kendrick is that mom pop shop that you don't mind walking to, spending a nice little $15 to get you a plate and a drink. You know what I mean? And if you got a little extra bread, you're gonna go ahead and grab yourself a nice little pack of papers or some leaves or some shit. You know what I mean? Some people prefer that, and you can't be mad about that. You cannot be mad about the fact that some people prefer that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, half of that is a W take, and the other half is a no take. All right, so let's keep going. And it's like I said, I don't even know these folks. I'm literally just watching this shit and just giving my opinion. This is just my opinion. I'm not stating any facts. Just opinions. And opinions are just like assholes. Everybody has one. You see what I'm saying? So, like, hey, take that with a grain of salt if you will.
I wasn't trying to get you started.
Listen, bro, I'm already started.
Is that the case anymore, though, Rory? Because Not Like Us has been number one, which eclipsed Euphoria, which is now sitting at number 2. So Kendrick now occupies the top 2 spots on the charts. And Not Like Us, in its 4th day, has over 12 million streams on Spotify alone, which is his first, not only his first solo number 1, but also in its 4th day, this is the most streams it's gotten. So it's still going up. So
Yeah,
maybe
for sure.
he is the Philippe.
Yeah. We know
So anyone that hits
we
number
know
one
why.
is Philippe now?
We know why he's sitting at number 1 and number 2.
First
Because
solo
the
number 1 of
biggest-
his
It's a
career.
common.
beef
It's a
in
common.
history.
It's a common denominator in there somewhere.
This is a Drake
There's a
feature.
common factor in there somewhere. These are Drake features.
It is a Drake. I'll give you that.
These are Drake, and I said it before this beef started. I said getting into a beef with an artist like that is gonna do way more for you than you having a verse from an artist like that.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
not even close.
We definitely had that conversation that Push made out better beefing with Drake than if he just got a Drake
Yeah.
feature. For sure. I agree with you
Yeah.
there. But I also want to say, so what? Like, okay.
No, I'm just saying. That's cool too. On that side, that's cool too.
That's a stat on
That's great.
Yeah, he
As
got
long
there
as-
because of
as
Drake.
long as you don't lose sight of that part. You could say, so what? I'm cool with that. As long as we don't lose sight of that other piece.
And I think it deserves a number one off the difficulty it takes to beat Drake, not only in charts, but in public perception. I think it's warranted number one, outside of the song just being good.
Y'all.
That's me giving credit to Drake. It takes a lot to beat that guy.
No. I mean, we know that, but I'm just, as
Story of
long as we-
Adidon didn't go number one.
As long as we keep that, so what is valid too.
I'm
with
so
you
on
that
the
side.
numbers always. Do I think it's great and congratulate Drake for being the highest streamed or second highest streamed person of all time, beat the Beatles? I think that's amazing. But I don't really care in this. I also don't care about Kendrick going number one on this.
And let's clarify that these are Spotify charts. These are not
Yeah.
Billboard. Just want to clarify that.
What you try? All right,
No,
so don't
Not
hold
Like
on.
Us is number 1 on Billboard.
My album went number 10 on Spotify amongst all genres. Now you're trying to discredit me because it wasn't on Billboard?
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't even. You part of the machine. Spotify is the real numbers, not
Machine.
Billboard.
It's not.
You
No.
compromise.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm pausing it and laughing right quick because, like, there's so much truth in that one statement. It's like with Spotify, you can't fake those numbers. To a degree, you can, but even then, Spotify will be like, hold on, this one person is playing this song a little too much. So they might redact a little bit. Well, that's what they use for bots. Because if they feel like, your song is getting played back to 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 back, that's possibly a bot. You see what I'm saying? And I understand that. But that's a W take right here. Just because, I'm number 10 on Spotify, that does not discredit me from anything else. Billboard, RIAA, all these different companies that monitor, okay, well, now he has gold status, or now he has this many streams, or now he has this many downloads. At the end of the day, the shit is undeniable. Okay? The shit is undeniable. I remember when Drake had that beef with Meek, nigga, Back to Back was in every fucking club, on the radio. You see what I'm saying? And now Euphoria and Not Like Us is doing the exact same shit. So you can't discredit that. Like, no, I'm getting my replay value out this motherfucker. And he definitely is. Kendrick is definitely getting his replay value out this motherfucker. And, I will agree on the fact that, one, Kendrick has been mad quiet for a long ass time. You see what I'm saying? So if he would have just dropped the project, it probably wouldn't take off as far as it did unless Drake was some kind of way involved. I will agree to that. You see what I'm saying? Kendrick has been mad quiet for a long period of time. But I mean, he even said himself that he was focused on being a father. So it's like, I don't know. I'm just throwing my hands up in the air on that one. But W, take on this one.
No, I'm just saying, I just want to make that clear that Taylor Swift is still sitting at the top of Billboard.
But she doesn't count. She's like,
Yeah, she's out.
Yeah, being number 2 behind Taylor right now is
number-
being number 1.
Well, Tommy Richmond is number 2 right now. That's
Fire record.
It's
Congrats to him.
fire. I love that for him. But that's Billboard. But he was talking about Spotify. Just
Yeah,
wanted to clear
and
that up.
comparatively, Drake has had, if we're talking Billboard, 13 total, but 5 solo number ones. So,
Yeah,
know.
they're both pretty good at making music. See that after like the dust, I won't say the dust has settled per se.
No, it's still
No,
floating
no,
around. It's still
this shit-
floating around in that
It's still
motherfucker.
yeah.
Nope.
It's still very
Ocean's
foggy in
deep,
here.
Rory.
It's the only thing people are discussing. But now that we're getting into these other intricates of see that after like the dust, I won't say the dust has settled per se.
No, it's still
No,
floating
no,
around. It's still
this shit-
floating around in that
It's still
motherfucker.
yeah.
Nope.
It's still very
Ocean's
foggy
very
in
deep,
here.
Rory.
It's the only thing people are discussing. But now that we're getting into these other intricates of numbers and that whole thing, this is when it starts to get a little exhausting for me. Because it's like,
Yeah.
who gives a fuck? We already know who Drake is number-wise. That's not what we're here to talk about. So once you get in that little back and forth, it's like, well, what was the point?
Right.
If numbers were the point, then why even have the battle?
I mean, but you know, again, back to the start of this, we knew that this was obviously
Before he says something, that's also a W take. If we just gonna talk numbers, which can't be disputed, it's facts. If we're gonna talk numbers, then yes, Drake has it. Drake is him. If we're gonna talk numbers. But we're not talking numbers because what was the point of this fucking debate? Who was the best rapper? Not who's the best selling rapper. Who was the best? Like, pen to pad, who has the better lyrics? We're not talking about number sales, because if we're talking about that, then Drake wins by a fucking landslide, and that's not the purpose of this fucking battle, nor debate. It's not. I mean, it's fucking not, bro.
going to be one of, if not the biggest moment that we've seen in hip hop music as far as battling goes. I mean, obviously the Jay and Nas battle is still probably right there as well, but this one, just because of everything that's added to it and attached to it now, with social media being such a thing now, and people having so many different platforms, media outlets, and things like that, like this just feels like a bigger moment.
Do you think
Did you know you could be entitled to a 5 or 6 figure payout if you were in a traffic collision within the past 2 years?
not like us being number one though? Fuck numbers. Just it being number one and it playing
You gonna
during
say fuck numbers and then say being number one?
let me land it. It being number one, it playing at NBA games, it playing at tennis matches, it playing on the news
The
is
bodega.
hurting Drake's brand. So I'm not saying numbers wise matter or a number one slot matters. I'm saying what that number one has represented and where it's spread. Is that affecting his brand that a pedo anthem is playing in the NBA playoffs?
Nah,
Tennis players are walking out to it.
I don't think it's hurting Drake's brand. I think that it may feel like that and it may look like that, but I think ultimately once this settles, I think it's gonna hurt Kendrick's brand more. Only
Okay.
because if Drake is found and proven not to be a pedo, which I know he's not, once the public sees that, I mean, is this not one of the worst things you can call a person?
But agreed. Yes.
My bad, y'all. I was about to start my rant while I was still on mute. But the only way for a nigga to be like that they know personally that X person doesn't do XYZ actions, the only way for you to know that is if you're around that motherfucker all day, every day, bruh. That's the only way, bruh. Because you can't sit here and say, yeah, the music even knows, the game even knows, this is an epic take right here. Ain't no way, bro. You gonna just sit here and be like, well, I know that such and such didn't do that. How? How do you not know? How? Do you hang with this nigga on the daily? These are serious questions. Like, do you hang with this nigga on the daily? Are you around this nigga 24/7? Do you even, like, when this nigga go take a shit, do you stand right in front of the fucking bathroom? Do you know everything that this nigga do, bro? Because the crazy part is if you have been on Twitter lately, I don't know, bro. That's one. And two, this nigga Drake sent a cease and desist for a song. So, by a nigga calling him a pedophile, you don't think, like, if you're 100% in the clear of being so-called pedophile, bro, because I don't like having to switch up all my words and shit. Fuck all that. If hold on, let me get my thoughts together. If Drake didn't do anything, like didn't do shit, and it's completely innocent on all four corners of the spectrum, you see what I'm saying? He sent a cease and desist over a song. I'm already know a nigga would definitely send a nigga to court. You see what I'm saying? For throwing my name, for slandering my name. You see what I'm saying? If I really did this shit, then, you know, fuck, I can't really say nothing. If I really did this shit, I can't say nothing, because as soon as I come out with some type of legal to go against them for defamation, you see what I'm saying? There's a possibility that nigga could lose. That's the only reason why I feel like he hasn't done that. The only reason why I feel like Drake has not legit sat there with his lawyers and be like, oh no, Kendrick is going too far. I gotta go ahead and sue him for defamation of character. Don't you think that shit would have been happened? Called you a master manipulator multiple times. And we know Kendrick doesn't recycle bars. So if he's saying it multiple times, that must mean something. I'm not going to reach into what it means, but it might mean something. It must mean something for Kendrick to say it more than once. That's one. You know what I mean? And two, it just doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good, bro. I'm going to be honest. Like, I've been on Twitter for the last 2 days. I don't know if anybody else has been on Twitter. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody else has been on Twitter for the last few days or even just scrolled on Twitter, bro. The shit don't look good for Drake, man. It doesn't look good for him. I'm just saying.
I'm talking about when it's not who they are.
It's up there. It's one of the worst things you could say about
No, to me, this is the worst.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other thing you can label a person ever. Like snitching and all that shit, I get that shit with street shit. I understand that part.
Rapist might be worse.
I mean,
this is along the same line.
You are raping.
This is the same thing. It's just with a certain...
Kids can't really...
You know what I mean? So it's like...
I'll throw anti-Semitic in there, too.
Well, that's Taylor Swift, and then we're going with that number 2 one.
Oh, we're going to the 2 spot. Okay, yeah, all right.
Taylor Swift...
That's a W-ass take. Can't talk about no Jews without getting canceled. That's so crazy to me.
And anti-Semitism always number one, no matter what.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, shh.
Never forget.
Right. So it's like,
ew. If
you're not that and somebody labels you that, to me that's some of the craziest shit ever.
Okay.
To me, I'm just speaking for me. I'm only ever speaking for me and my taste level. I think labeling somebody that and that's not who they are, is some of the worst shit you could ever do.
Well, let's
whether we want to say it's entertainment or not, there's certain shit you just don't even in entertainment, even behind the guise of entertainment and comedy and things like that, there's certain shit you just don't ever play with. And to me, that's at the top of the list.
I mean, let's go with history, though, with the court of public opinion. Is the damage already done? Let's say Drake comes out, and of course, I hope that on a moral level and outside of a rap beef, that he can prove to the world that, yo, I don't touch kids. This was fucking crazy. Is the damage done?
But he tried to do that, and y'all said, yo, he's explaining
the public doesn't care. You'll see rapists go to jail covered for a year, the whole trial. They'll sit for 20 years, find out they're innocent. They'll come out of jail, won't cover it all. Mm-hmm. They'll be a rapist for the rest of their life. Mm-hmm. Is the damage done already, even if he proves otherwise?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because I don't think that nobody truly believes that. I don't think nobody believes that.
I think there's plausible deniability.
Not gonna lie, I really feel like this nigga Mal has not been on Twitter, like I just said. I really feel like that, because there is a huge amount of people I'm not gonna say numbers, cause I don't know. But I can tell you it's more than 10. I can tell you it's more than 20 from what I've seen. That really starting to feel like this nigga Drake could possibly be a PDF file.
Like there's enough. Kendrick wouldn't have jumped out like that if there wasn't enough smut in like the public perception of him that it fit. So the fact that we're even speculating it is enough. Kendrick won, I think, in that regard. You know what I
Who's
mean?
speculating it? I don't think nobody's speculating that.
I mean, I think whatever side you're on, you've made up your mind.
I don't think nobody's speculating that.
But I was wrapping my mind around, okay, who, I know no one will compare to Drake, but who's someone that's in a very high position of power that got charged with this kind of level of thing, but then it was all bullshit and they welcome back to the community. James Gunn, the director that did Guardians of the Galaxy, he always had like, he was talking to young girl, but he never did anything. It was like weird. He had a really dark, sick sense of humor, and he wasn't talking to young girls. He just made really fucked up, inappropriate jokes. And like in the height of the Me Too movement, someone took all his old tweets, all his old posts, and put it on like this 10-page doc, all of his like fucked up shit in like one doc. And they're like, well, this is you got to get him out of here. But he didn't do it.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. I did read, I didn't read the whole thing, but it's a 22-page or at least a 20-page document floating right now on Twitter about Drake and everything he's done from the XXX situation. I don't really want to say the word, but him, messing over UK rappers, him tampering with high schoolers, or whatever the case may be, whatever, but hey,
do anything. So then he got booted off that project, got like ripped out of Marvel, and then for years was like ghost. And then DC signed him again because obviously all this shit was bullshit, nothing, he didn't actually do anything. And now he's working on like the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So there is like a path to redemption, but I feel like you have to like at least get off that public, you have to get through the public ridicule that comes with it, true or not.
Yeah, I just don't know how you go about that. I mean, I saw, and I'm not saying conveniently, but I would try to clean this shit up if I'm not a pedophile. All the girls that were in those videos that were all over the timeline that everyone was accusing Drake of either grooming or being a pedo towards, all conveniently came out on the same day and said, hey, that's not how it went. Even the girl that made the Money in the Grave beat was like, you guys misunderstood me. I don't understand how you guys didn't understand me, when she flat out said, we were in high school when it happened. Cool. Everyone cleaned it up. And if I'm Drake, I'd do the same thing. I'm not accusing him of doing brand cleanup. If someone calls me a pedophile and I wasn't creeping on a chick, I'd say, yo, can you tell these people that we have no relationship like that? Even that kind of fell flat to me. They all came out in one day. They were on a bunch of podcasts I'd never heard of.
Yeah, see, now this is the part where it definitely made me raise an eyebrow, because it's like a whole bunch of females came out on a whole bunch of different podcasts, just like Dude said, you see what I'm saying? Just like Rory said, and it's just mad crazy to me that they all came out at the same time, the exact same time. Like, Drake must have sent a group message. This nigga Drake sent a group message, bruh, talking about some, hey, I need y'all to clear my name right quick type shit. That's mad work. That's crazy mad work.
Making statements with a bunch of people I'd never seen before, and it still fell flat. So I guess that's my question of, how can you even turn that around if that is not even the truth?
I mean, to me, it's nothing to turn around. I don't think that's a real thing. I think because somebody said it in a record, okay, like this is a battle. People are going to say things to try to assassinate somebody's character and demean somebody. But that's not a real thing. You know what I mean? It's just not a real thing.
I agree with half of this. The half that I agree with is, a lot of people could say anything. Anything could be said about anybody's demeanor or character. Anything. You see what I'm saying? But it really takes nothing for somebody to just say, "Oh yeah, that boy Hippie was doing, you know, some whoop, 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 whoop type shit." You hear me? It ain't nothing for a nigga to say that, and that shit be mad false. It ain't nothing for a nigga to say that, but it's just like zero speculation. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if we're from the same place, but I'm from America where everybody is innocent until proven guilty. So I ain't saying that he did do it, but I ain't saying that he didn't do it. That's all I'm saying.
And then when he did explain it in the Hard Part 6, y'all said, "Oh, why is he always explaining himself?" I felt like if somebody said that about me, I'm gonna explain that too. Like, whoa, hold up. Let's be clear here. That's not true. I don't understand this is a battle and all of it, but like, fam, it's certain shit you just not gonna just throw out there. Like that's insane to throw that on somebody's jacket.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's not a real thing, but it's because of the moment and that's what was said. I think that you have to address it, but you saying it fell flat because it wasn't a real thing to begin with.
How do you know
I'm just saying that turning around the public's opinion.
Bro, you think that if Drake was having sex with underage girls, Kendrick would have been the one to put that out there like that?
No, I'm not.
We would have been knew that.
I'm just saying, like, I just don't want to speak so definitive.
You can't say that. You cannot say that. You cannot say that. Mal, you're making black people look bad, bro. Mal, you're making us look bad, bro. You can't say that, bro.
About things like we don't know. None of us know. We don't know what each other does behind closed. Like we don't know.
In that sense, yes, you're right.
Stuff.
I don't
all
know.
I'm saying.
I've never seen this man lay down in his bed with whomever he lays down with. No, never seen that. I'm just gonna, but I can say the same thing about a lot of other people in my life that I know.
For sure, yeah.
So it's like the same thing. I would be completely and totally fucking floored if that were true. I would be like, this is fucking insane, and there's nothing I won't come on my platform and say about how I feel about that if it's found to be true. I don't fuck with shit like that. But because I feel so strongly that it's not true, it's crazy to me that somebody is throwing that out there on somebody's jacket. Like, that to me is something you don't play with.
Okay, well then what do you think about some of the videos? Even though, let's go with the 17-year-old that came on stage that said somebody else from OVO picked her out of the crowd, whatever. She said her age. Drake was like, whoa, you're gonna get me in trouble. And seemed like he made the right move when he found out her age, but then continued on and was like, yo, you really gonna get me in trouble? I felt your breasts and all. This was all after she said she was 17. Is that just a mistake or is that a red flag?
I'm gonna go on the side.
Dog, if you say this is a mistake, bro, oh God, if you say this is a mistake, bro, you lost your black card. Before I didn't even get this far into the video. Oh God, if I press this motherfucking button and bitch, you say that shit was a mistake, bitch, I'm canceling you. Oh God, I'm gonna find a way to cancel this motherfucker. Ain't no way that shit was no fucking mistake. Motherfucker tell me that they 17, you still gonna touch their titties, bro? That's not a mistake, bro. Where is that a mistake? How is that a mistake? It's one thing if you're in the subway and you walking, through the subway and you accidentally touch somebody's titty. That's a mistake. Somebody bump into you, you touch a titty. That's a mistake. Being in a fucking stage in front of a crowd of hundreds, if not thousands of people with a 17-year-old, it's just you and that motherfucker, and you ask her for her age and you keep on going, reaching your hand out to go touch that young girl titty, my nigga, that's a red flag. That's a flag, bro. That's a flag, bro. Oh God, that's a flag.
Side of a mistake than a red flag because of it was part of this. It was on stage at the show, in that.
Wait. He did not just say it was a mistake. Hold on.
I'm gonna go on the side of a mistake than a red flag because of it was part of this.
Hey, yo, fuck this nigga. He ain't black no more, bro. He ain't black no more. Bro. We're not claiming Hey, we're sending this nigga ball over to the white delegation, bro. This nigga ain't black no more, bro. This 8x11 ain't black, bro. Ain't no way.
It was on stage at the show in that moment. So I can understand that. Now, if this was something where they're just at dinner chilling at a table and that happens, then it's like, he got that's what you be doing at dinner? Like, but on stage, that's part of the show. I kind of, again, I'm not saying it's right, So that's what I'm saying on the side of mistake. I'm not gonna say that's a red flag, and this is what.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying my best to keep my composure and not stop this fucking video every 5 seconds, but he's pissing me off.
He doing this is his bag, and it. No, like, I'm not gonna go on that side of it.
I don't think it would warrant a full "this man's a pedophile" and a rhyme it and make it a #1 record, but it was a little weird. After he found out, in the beginning, I was like, "Oh, how would he know?" At first, I didn't know why people were outraged in the beginning of the clip. I was like, "Well, if he didn't know, this is some Akon shit." Remember when Akon got in trouble and he was like, "This is a 21+ club. The fuck is security letting this girl in for?" It was the after effect where I was like, "All right, I kind of see what people are saying. He knows the age. Why are you doubling down on the freakiness?"
Well,
So
yeah.
that raises flags with people. And when someone has something that rhymes that well and you have at least one bit of video evidence, the court of public opinion is going to be very difficult to turn around, especially when the girl, and I'm not saying Drake put her up to it, or UMG, or her employer. I'm just saying she didn't really clean anything up. Her just saying, "Yo, I didn't feel violated." Cool. We didn't say you did in the beginning. We just said he was a little freaky and weird after he found out your age.
Yeah.
That's all it was. So back to my original point of, I don't really know how this can be cleaned up for Drake.
You know what? Fuck it. This nigga Rory is definitely invited to the cookout, bro. This nigga right here. This Caucasian brother right here. Matter of fact, I don't even know if he's Caucasian, but I'm just going to lean towards that side. But if he is, thank you. If not, please correct me. I'm sorry. But this brother right here, he is invited to the cookout. He has unlimited passes from me. Hippie Beats. I'm going to tell you right now. As long as, he don't see no crazy shit, as of today, from me watching episode 267 of New Rory Mal, as of this day, this brother is invited to the cookout.
No matter how much control
and I'll give him a recipe.
Damage he does with it. He could break. Every girl could come out like.
I don't think it's no damage though. Like
the only way in this world, unfortunately, is just go make good music, and hopefully people will forget, which is fucked up. But that's the world we live in. Go make another good movie. We forget about the nasty actor.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kendrick played it so well because it's the court of public opinion, which we've learned doesn't abide by the due process.
There's no due process with the court of public opinion.
It's just if there's enough speculative evidence and there's enough dots to connect this that there could be somewhat of a through line, hammer it. And I think that's exactly what Kendrick did.
So Kendrick doesn't have anything to...
I'm not saying Kendrick...
I'm just asking.
No.
Why you gotta reach? Why you gotta reach about Kendrick? Why you gotta reach? Boy, you on Drake dick. Boy, you on that motherfucker hard. Boy, you riding Drake dick like a motherfucker, boy.
I mean, now inversely, we can have the conversation about the video coming out of the employees, the security team at the Hard Rock in 2014, and the woman is saying, I shouldn't be saying this. Kendrick beat up this woman, her face is all bloody, all that shit. Look, that seems like more hard evidence. Like that seems pretty concrete. So yeah, but again, does Kendrick respond to that on a record? I don't know how that plays out. Obviously that at the time didn't take a legal route. So it seems like they internally figured it out.
Nothing with Drake took a legal route.
No. So they're both, it's just kind of stuck in this space.
But Drake has to clean up and do damage control.
You know what I mean?
I think since that video has resurfaced.
What do we find more believable?
I ain't gonna lie. What do we find more believable? The fact that this nigga Drake has righteously paid for information on Kendrick. Like a nigga really paid $150 grand for information on Kendrick so that he could say something about it.
Out of these two, and it's nasty that we.
That's
it's nasty.
I don't even want to have that combo, but I get your question.
It's out there. We just consumers of the music at this point. We just talking about what we heard.
I don't know either of these gentlemen. I really don't. I've had a few conversations with Drake. I don't know.
Okay,
him.
Say this was a guy named fucking Dante and a guy named fucking Aaron.
Dante,
right?
Who's Dante and who's Aaron?
Dante. They're saying Dante.
Where's Dante from?
They're saying Dante is a pedophile. right?
Oh, it's straight.
He's a fucking rap superstar. They're like, oh, he's a pedophile, right? And then they're saying Aaron beat his fiance.
Wait, why do we need to speculate?
I'm just
Can't we
saying, like,
use
let's just say we could just remove the names from it. Remove the names from it.
Can I
What
give
do you think is a more believable act?
Can I give you?
It doesn't matter what you believe is more believable, bitch. Do you have evidence? Is there evidence? Bruh, shut the fuck up. Is there evidence? They literally just said there's a little bit more evidence out there that can drop a little bit more speculation against Drake. You see what I'm saying? There is a little bit more evidence out there that can throw some speculation against Drake. That's all they're saying. Where is the evidence to speculate against Kendrick? All we're doing is going off of what Drake said. And if you just, bro, if you believe that either one of what these artists said just to happen to be true without doing no type of research or doing no type of fact checking, stop listening to music. Go say a prayer. Go touch some grass. Go do something. Cause what in the fuck? That's all I'm saying.
You a very political answer that.
Why you want to go? This ain't CNN. This is R&M.
It's the
What's
truth.
up? What we doing?
Nice.
This ain't CNN. What we doing? We ain't gotta be political here.
Judging by
what do you think is a
judging
more
by
believable
history
thing?
and percentages, both of them are guilty.
Oh, see. No. When is the last time? Okay.
So,
you talking about the scope of, you talking about just in the,
He's waiting on something to go against Kendrick. He's tired of everybody talking about Drake. Honestly, that's really the point I've come to the conclusion of. Like, I honestly don't know if I even want to keep watching this fucking episode, bro. Like, I'm trying to, bro. I'm real life trying to finish watching this episode, but this dude is really making it hard for me to do it.
in the scope of the shit that happens in the world. That's what you're talking about.
Yes.
I'm talking about
by the numbers, if you will.
I'm talking about a fucking pop superstar.
Listen, I don't want to put
being a pedophile.
I don't want to put.
Have we seen it before? They tried it with somebody else that was a pop superstar. Never found nothing.
Fair. You know,
I'm just saying, where we going with this?
But they also found it on an R&B star, which was fucking true. Stop, bro. You it's the goalpost moving for me, bro.
Where we going?
I'm Mike Jack Prince. Yeah, no, it's a lot of comparisons happening in the history.
I'm just saying.
I'm not putting it on every rich, famous person that they are a pedophile, but we have seen in the last 10 years that there is a community amongst the elite that is a little fucking petty. And I don't mean...
Finally.
And I've ran into my fair share of pedophiles, as we've joked on this podcast. They were not rich and famous. Matter of fact, they was broke, drunk, and nasty.
Yeah, that was like the Tubies of the pedophiles.
I don't even know if I put... They didn't even have a channel. They didn't have a YouTube account.
They're the street team?
Yeah.
They had a flip cam, maybe.
Yo, molesting somebody with a flip cam is wild. Yo, turn around. You see, you flip the phone, had to hold it up like that.
And then how long it would take to upload that footage? You're dedicated.
That's not funny, man. Stop.
This is diabolical work. I was just about to say, this shit is not funny, bro. That shit fucked up.
Cool. Listen, I liked the route Drake took.
Oh, I thought you was about to say something else.
Oh, all right.
When he said, I like that.
That's because you hang with OVO, that's why.
No, I thought you was about to say some
That's
whole
why you
other
thought
shit.
it was going there.
No, you said I like, and I was like, wait, where's he going?
Where were you in 1996?
Somewhere in Manhattan. I don't know.
Judging by the numbers, yeah, it's not that crazy to think that someone rich and powerful could end up in a fucking pedophile ring. Ask Ryan Garcia.
I understand that. I understand that.
I don't think it's crazy to think, numbers-wise, that somebody would beat their wife, because that's very fucking common. So no, I don't think it's crazy to hear, unfortunately, anybody in the world, if you found out that they beat their wife.
I'm talking about artists, superstars
especially
of this caliber, coming from rap. When have we ever seen that?
Dr. Dre is on record of one of the biggest women abusers ever. I know no one will say it. I know everyone's scared to say that.
But he's not a rap superstar, bro.
Dr. Dre was not a superstar. He's a billionaire. He was the first billionaire in this space.
Rap.
Just because he had a ghostwriter?
Rap.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break here. This more sort of like a actual break, and the other half is like a mental break. Cause I don't know if I can keep listening to this much glazing, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. We're gonna have to take a fucking break, bro. God damn. Sorry, y'all, for my very long disappearance. I am back. Unfortunately, that little break that we took ended up being a little longer than I expected. I had a series of phone calls. But, for those who have stayed in and you are still tuned in, please share, like, subscribe. In that order. I want you to go let somebody else see it. Then you like it if you like it. And if you like it, fuck with it. You know, subscribe to your boy, you hear me? But give me a quick second as I finish these last little bit of text messages. And then we can get back to it. All right, let's go ahead and finish this shit off. Cause honestly, I might just have to go to another episode after this. I can't even keep watching this shit because it's just pissing me off.
Rap. Dr. Dre is not a rap superstar, bro.
What?
He's not. He's not a rap superstar. What are you talking about?
He did the Super Bowl.
Well, he's a hip hop superstar. Is that what you're just saying as a lyricist?
I'm talking about as a rapper. As a rapper, I don't understand why I gotta come on here.
Why is that important to the conversation?
Thank you. Why is that important to the conversation, for one? And two, stop dissing Dr. Dre like he didn't drop a whole fucking album of him rapping. You stupid fuck.
Like the argument that you guys are having, why is him rapping important to the conversation? He's still a superstar.
Because I'm talking about a rapper, a rap superstar, not somebody that's huge in business, a business mogul, one of the greatest producers ever. I'm talking about somebody that is strictly an artist.
That is beating their wife.
From hip. I'm just saying, when have we seen
That's what I thought you were
when
getting
have
at.
we seen any of those guys actually be found to be a pedophile?
Oh, none that I know of.
So
no,
back
African
to my-
Bambaataa,
back
the creator, if you will, of this shit, is a known pedophile.
Okay, that. After that.
Isn't Diddy being charged right now with sex trafficking an underage girl?
I don't know if it's of underage girls. I really don't.
I don't think it's underage girls. I don't
The
know.
one girl, didn't she say she was 16 or
If you're
17?
sex trafficking, do
24?
you really draw the line at age? That's kind of where I'm at with
But do you
it.
know what sex trafficking is?
Yes, I get it that there's like
I know the
nuance to it.
loophole. If you fly a girl in and have consensual sex, you're sex
Yeah,
trafficking.
because you
I
cross
know the
state
loophole,
lines.
but I don't think that's what was going on over there in some cases.
I'm just saying we've never seen. If we have, it's very few and far in between. If it goes from being a pedophile or being an abuser to their spouse partner.
So
We've
you're
seen
saying
more of that.
numbers wise, it's more likely.
I'm just saying we've seen more of that than we've seen that. Not saying we've never seen that. I'm just saying more commonly we get stories of physical abuse on their spouses and things.
Because that's more common in the world. Like, we're trying to put a microscope
so
on hip hop, which is unfair to hip hop.
Right.
Because the world is way
But we just talking
crazier
about
and
this moment.
shittier
We
than
just
hip
talking
hop
about the
could ever
things
be.
that we've been told in this moment.
And I'm saying
Breaking that
by
down.
numbers, there's probably more wife beaters than there is. This is such a nasty conversation.
But this is what we've been presented with.
And this is what I told the Washington Post. Once the dust settled, we were about to have a conversation that was going to be so nasty.
This is what
that
we've
I
been
didn't want to
presented
have.
with. That's all I'm saying. That's why I said what I said in the beginning of this episode. That to me, putting that on somebody when you don't know if that's true or not is some of the craziest shit ever. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so to that extent, I do agree. Without no type of information, I do agree that just throwing something on somebody's book, you know what I mean, without no type of prior nothing, that does, that is kind of fucked up. But this is a rap beef. I don't give a fuck how fucked up it is. It's a rap beef. Fuck you. Fuck everything about you, nigga. What that nigga said? Fuck all the Smiths. Fuck Will Smith, Jaden Smith, the Smithsonian Museum. Fuck every kind of Smith. That's a rap battle, bro. That's a rap beef. Fuck you and everything about you. Like, okay, so if Drake's not a pedo, then cool. But if he is, then that's fucked up. But it's a rap beef. It's a rap beef, bro. Like, goddamn, just enjoy the fucking music. Just enjoy the fucking music and stop trying to overanalyze everything. The only reason why we have to overanalyze Kendrick is really like that. Kendrick drops double and triple entendres in his shit. So we actually have to study Kendrick. Like, bruh, just, ooh-wee.
But also don't say in the same breath that I beat my wife if I did not beat my wife.
True. I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that.
And I mean, you know,
I thought
the
it was
kid thing.
all fairs and rap battle.
Oh no, it is. I'm still on that side. I'm on that side no matter what.
Not when it comes to shit like calling somebody.
So there
pedophile.
are rules in rap battles
In life. Just throwing that on somebody's yo, he's a pedo. What?
No, but he didn't just
You know how
say
crazy
it,
that
Mal.
is?
Like, he said it because there was enough.
Is there
evidence.
enough?
There was enough. There's enough that it's been the crux of this whole thing since it came out. Is he? Is he not? If there wasn't anything plausible that people could see in Drake that this might not be true, this would have gone away so fast. There's a reason why it's still hanging on.
I think the thing was.
Thank you.
Or what I thought.
Thank you. No. He hit it right on the nail. If there was no type of fucking speculation towards it, this shit would have died off quick. Like, it really would have been an overnight thing. It would have been done for. Like, as soon as niggas found out that shit wasn't true or whatever, and there was, like, no type of speculation, no type of allegation, no nothing, yeah, this shit would have died overnight. But it did. It's going into the next week, and we still talking about it. Which means what, bro? I ain't saying the nigga guilty, but damn, that's a lot of evidence, bro. Damn, that's a lot of speculation and evidence, bro. Especially when the internet starts the internet. Man, you can't beat the internet, my nigga. You can't.
What?
No, but he didn't just
You know how
say
crazy
it,
that
Mal.
is?
Like, he said it because there was enough.
Is there
evidence.
enough?
There was enough. There's enough that it's been the crux of this whole thing since it came out. Is he? Is he not? If there wasn't anything plausible that people could see in Drake that this might not be true, this would have gone away so fast. There's a reason why it's still hanging on.
I think the thing was, or what I thought in the beginning was, because people were saying Drake likes young girls. I think people took that because a young girl could be a 21, 22, 23-year-old.
Could still be a groomer. It's not pedophile,
I'm just saying, a young girl could be 22, 20. That's a young girl to somebody that's 35,
100%.
34, 36 years old.
I think he's 37.
Whatever he is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that could be considered a young girl. So I think when people hear that, they automatically go to underage girl or a fucking minor. And it's like, no, if I'm 34 and I like a 22-year-old, I'm not doing anything illegal.
Yeah, but the goalpost, like, the shift happens, like, if you have an affinity for younger women, so then just do the math. So if Drake's 37 and likes women that are 20, okay, well, when he was 25, he probably liked women that are.
I'm not giving you that. I'm
like
not
17.
Now you sound crazy.
No, I'm just saying, like, if your
crazy,
thing is
bro.
younger
now
women,
you sound crazy. Now
it's just because he's getting older. Now he has the luxury of picking a 21-year-old.
For X for
yeah,
pedophiles
like, what are you
is
talking
crazy.
about, yo? You sound crazy
E
as fuck.
equals
Right,
MC
bro.
squared of when
When he was 25, he liked girls that. What are you talking?
I don't know everything about pedophiles. I just don't think it like works in a stagger that
What
way.
is that? That's that was
I think if you
breaking
like
it down like
children,
that
I'm
is
saying
crazy.
if your thing is younger women, when you're 23, you probably don't want to be with a 21-year-old girl. You probably want to be with a woman that's a girl.
You know whose face has said a lot, even though she hasn't said much? Her. Right here. This face is saying everything, bro. This face is saying everything, and this is a woman, bro. A woman is sitting here with this face like,
That's 17, 16, because you like that dynamic of being that much older than your person that you're with. That's my point. So when you're 37, all right, she's 20. I'm 17 years older than her. Yeah, it's legal. It's cool. But, like, yeah, she's still young as shit. But, like, there's a bigger gap.
then maybe you are.
That's
into,
my point.
Maybe you're into grooming. I don't think that means.
Yeah, I think grooming is probably the more appropriate term to use, at least when it comes to this situation.
Like, I don't think if a 6-year-old likes children, when that child becomes 30 and they're 90, they're like, oh, I like them now because they're 30. No, I think they liked the child.
By the way, they're calling Metro Boomin Metro Grooming, and I'm sorry, that's fucking
Very funny.
hilarious.
Why are they calling him
his
that?
old tweets.
So Metro's old tweets popped up, and they're nasty. Even in the wild west of Twitter.
But wasn't he young when he tweeted all this shit?
These are all from 2011.
Some of them he was underage, but
so I just see 2011, 2012, 14.
Now I'll say this: Metro and I are born in the same year, which means that he's currently 31 years old. You see what I'm saying? But he was 17, 18, talking about fucking with chicks that was 16 and 15. Okay. That's different compared to a motherfucker that's 30 texting a 14-year-old. And honestly, I'm still trying to see, like, there is nothing for a 30-year-old to talk to a 14-year-old about, or for them to have in common about. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Yeah, just a couple. She might be young, but she ready.
Well, that's a good lyric.
No, though. What was
in 2014? He said she might be young. How old was Metro Boomin in 2014?
But also, who's young? Like, who's
That's
he talking
also
about?
an Alicia Keys song written by Drake.
Swag.
If we're being real. That might be young when I'm ready.
Out of context, these all look. I mean, they don't look great at all. But like, out of context, who knows what the fuck he's referring to here?
And that's
also probably another lyric. Got your little sister on the molly. She done ran through the whole squad. Like, I'm sure you just didn't randomly think that at 11 a.m. It's probably a lyric.
There was like a Miley Cyrus one that kept popping up. Like he was like,
no, that was
Mac Main. That was Mac Main.
That was Mac Main. That was his rollout.
About
his rollout was Miley Cyrus turning 18. That was nasty.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, like aside from this conversation that I'm glad we had, but was weird. I don't think anyone else is gonna have that convo, and I'm happy we did. But where does this go now? Now that we're talking about the rebrand and how he's gonna come back, pause. Is Drake putting out more music? I fully believe that he is not done here. I think he saw the reply to.
Do you think Drake is never gonna put out music again?
No, I mean in regards to this.
Oh,
like direct, not just mentioning it on an album. I think he saw the reaction to Heart Part 6. I don't think he feels the best about Heart Part 6 because I don't think he felt great making it. I can hear it. Knowing Drake and how he still holds on, he just pushed 3 years after he said he was done.
Mm-hmm.
Like unwarranted for no reason, just because that's who Drake is, and I like my rappers petty, and I like them to never forget shit.
Right.
I think we have a lot more Drake music on the way very soon.
I think that's a fair assumption. I mean, I think that in this moment, artists of these two, their caliber, I think this only gets them inspired creatively. And I think their minds are just on a wheel. They're thinking, they're writing, they're listening to a bunch of different music. They're creating, obviously, records. So yeah, I think that this energy rolls over into album, EP, something like that. Definitely with some of this energy still attached to it. I think the sequence and the cadence of this thing changed, and I believe Drake is no longer like, all right, I don't care what he's doing over there. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make what I'm making. I'm gonna create what I'm creating, and I'm gonna drop that when I want to drop it, regardless of what he's doing. So he could put out 2, 3, 4, 5 records this week. I'm over here creating this.
So kind of what Kendrick's strategy was.
I don't know if that was Kendrick's strategy. I think Kendrick obviously prepped. Again, going back to the beginning of this thing, we knew that Kendrick his tour was over in 2022. I believe he hasn't been really active since then. So he obviously had more time to prep for this thing. He had more time to think about it and to think about other different angles and how he was going to come out of this, parlay that into his album and things like that. I think that Drake coming off of tour and jumping right into this, like I said, he would have to become a different person because this is a battle mode. This is not just Drake creating songs that he thinks the world is going to love and accept. This is tailored for exactly specific individuals. It's a different energy that comes with this music. And I think that he's still in that mode of creating. I just think that he's no longer releasing it as this is a shot. This is a
This is
missile.
a direct. All right.
This is gonna be a complete thing. Because even if you listen to Family Matters sounds like a record that would be on a Drake album or a Drake project.
Yeah, the beat for sure.
You know what I mean? Like the music changing up the way it did. That sounds very familiar coming from Drake.
I'm not even saying battle mode per se or timing. I'm saying Kendrick's strategy of no matter what Drake says or does, I'm sticking to what I'm doing over here. After Family Matters came out, Meet the Grams, 7 minutes later, no matter what he says. After that, not like us.
It mattered what he said. It definitely mattered what he said.
It goes back to our
Because
conversation.
Meet
What I
the
was
Grams
saying,
wasn't working. That's why not Like Us came.
it did what it was supposed to. It stepped on him and it made
No.
him.
But that's all it did.
Let me
Not Like
finish.
Us is the
Let me
better
finish.
music.
But did you? To our,
Stop. It wasn't working. Bro, Meet the Grams is probably one of the most disrespectful disses in his whole situation. It wasn't working. Bro, stop. Come on, man.
our conversation last episode, Drake over-explaining gave validity. We have not even really addressed Kendrick's allegations because he won't. He's focused on what he's doing. No matter what Drake says, I'm putting out Not Like Us. No matter what, I'm putting out Meet the Grams. I don't even need to hear what he's saying. I'm not going to talk about Dave Free. I'm not going to talk about my wife. I'm only focused on what I'm doing and my shit about you.
Yeah.
So I think, yes, Drake should take that strategy. Don't be so reactive. Stick to your plan of what you want to do. Because clearly Kendrick's not addressing anything, and Drake is, which has made him look more guilty, unfortunately. I'm giving you perception.
Okay, that's fair.
And
So what you're saying with Drake taking a minute and
Bro, exactly. Thank you. And it's like, I agree with Rory on this, saying that, like, Drake is looking more suspicious trying to explain himself than doing what Kendrick is doing and just shrugging the shit off and still saying, well, bitch, you do this. And Drake's sitting there like, I don't do that. And it's like, it's making everybody just look at Drake like, why are you going so hard trying to defend yourself like this? Like, there's nothing wrong with defending yourself and standing up for yourself. I feel like everybody should in the proper case. You see what I'm saying? In every case, if you're thrown up in the court of law, bitch, defend yourself. But this shit, I don't know. I'm gonna just press the play button.
and maybe doing a EP or an album or whatever that's focused on, I don't give a fuck what Kendrick is saying or doing. I'm gonna do my shit. I'm gonna shoot at him and focus on my music. That's the strategy Kendrick had. That's where I think Drake should have stayed. After push-ups, I think he should have gotten in his mode of what he thought was he should have done. Even though I can feel for him, if somebody called me a pedo, I'd be sitting there like, well, new strategy.
New strategy.
But if he stayed focused, you keep asking why no one is looking for evidence or is pushing on Kendrick, like, yo, how come he hasn't addressed any of this? If you've seen with every record, he has not paid attention to one thing Drake has said and stayed with the records that he had recorded already. This is my strategy going in, fucking horse blinders on. I'm just gonna post what I have. And it worked.
And last night, Drake posted this to his story.
Maybe there's some criticism. Maybe I do. But we need what people notice.
Shout out to Jeff Daniels.
A lot of members of me by a lot of people. Many competitive, even so. A person needs to live bigger. Otherwise, what's born.
So it's a sequence from a show on Netflix. It's about a real estate mogul that faces bankruptcy, political and business interests colliding, and it's pretty much him defending his empire until the end. So, with no caption, Drake posts this, and people are saying, and this is what I believe. I think he saw the public opinion, saw that he's losing this. He notices how big Don't Like Us has gotten. Not Like Us, pardon me. And he's not going to make the same mistake he made with Pusha. He has to you have to go at him. You can't disappear and if you let the public call it, you lost. And I don't think he wants to leave it up for people to make that decision I think he wants to take matters into his own hands.
And you
Either
can't-
win or go down with the ship with the whole home burning.
Yeah, and you can't say this is over the line now. That's why I'm not replying, because you did that the last time, and the line went. No disrespect to 40. I hope your health is great, but dog, this is a way crazier line than mocking MS.
But did who? Oh, that was y'all that said y'all felt like he was waving the white flag on the hard part 6. Because I never felt like.
I didn't think that.
I felt like y'all said that Monday.
No, that
I felt like he said that in so many words.
Yeah, a few people, that was the theory, because he said, you can go ahead, drop all them songs you want to drop, blah, blah, blah. Like, basically, like, I'm
You burnt
like,
out.
Yeah, like, do what you got to do.
Okay,
Like,
I'm gonna be over here on
over it.
vacation. Like, yeah,
He
I'm
said
done
the
with
shit
this.
getting burnt out. It's
You
burnt
can tell
out.
by his tone.
In the next 30 seconds, I'll tell you exactly how to sell your house in less than a month and get cold.
That, and there were like 3 separate lines on that song in itself where he was like,
Yeah, and
But
I mean,
just-
I think
I
that
don't
could also be a strategy. When I heard it the first time, I was like, oh, is this his way of kind of doing a psych type of thing? To make it look like this is done, Kendrick can relax, go shoot your Not Like Us video, go focus on that, while I plot over here to make it look like I'm done. I could see that being a strategy. I thought he outright made it seem like, yo, I'm done with this. This was some fun exercise, which was a crazy line to me. Like,
Getting the pen working was a crazy line.
yeah, it all of it felt nasty. This is what you asked for. And now you're like, oh yeah, I guess thanks for coming to the court. Like, I don't want to play
Like I
anymore.
said, I think the cadence of it is what was like, we waiting for you, you drop, I drop, you drop, then you drop again, and it's like, because at some point you got to ask yourself, all right, are we supposed to just keep, how long is this supposed to keep, like, you drop a record, I drop a record, you drop a record, you drop 2 records, I drop 2 records. How long are we supposed to do that?
Would you feel that way if it was flipped? Let's say Drake looked like the victor. Would you be like, well, yeah, it's over now.
No, I still would feel, because again, if we talking about a rap battle, this has been the most, like, we haven't seen records, I think, come like this.
Mainstream wise, underground rap.
So it was
I've
kind
seen
of
this for sure.
That's they do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah,
but it's kind of
every
like,
other fucking hour. It's like, goddamn.
yeah. So it's like this started to feel like that, and
Yeah.
you know, artists of Drake's Max was like, all right, I'm not going to entertain this book for so long. Like, what are we doing here? Like, so I think that was more so the feeling on Hard Part 6 was like, all right, man, like, I'm not gonna keep, this isn't gonna go on for another month and a half. Like, we're not gonna do this for another month. Like, that's the feeling I got. Not
I don't know. Me personally, if you're in a rap beef, you're gonna keep on going until one of y'all die out. Niggas gonna keep going until a nigga die out. I don't know. That sounds like some pussy shit to me. Especially Drake. Drake known for pause on this, but shoving music down a nigga throat. And the fact of, like, Not Like Us came out and Drake doesn't have a bop, yeah, he lost. Go ahead, go back to the drawing board. Get ready for the next event, bro. Like, it's over with for this one, bro. It's over with. It's done. I just don't see it, man. Because it's like, in a real war, both sides are going to keep on going until either I run out of resources, I run out of troops. You know what I mean? Like, something is going to run out before by the time I actually call it quits. But just for a nigga to drop the Hard Part 6 and Not Like Us is out, which is literally damn near an anti-pedophile song. Like, come on, bro. You're going to have to do something. Because I'm expecting a some type of Drake bop, but we ain't get that. We got a Kendrick bop.
I'm waving a white flag, I give up. Like, I never got that tone from that record.
Let's go back to, I don't know, 2 months ago when it was the Cole, Kendrick, Drake possibility. And we all agreed that this was great because finally in rap, this will be a rap beef that won't go too far.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna get hurt. It'll stay on wax. Like, what a perfect time in hip hop. 3 elites. No one's gonna hurt anyone. Everybody knows what time it is. And then 2 days ago, Drake's house gets shot up. Do we think this has anything to do with the Kendrick and Drake beef, or is this something else that was mentioned on Push Ups and Family Matters?
I think this was I'm not gonna dismiss it totally, not having anything to do with the beef that's currently going on, because the timing of it is just too, it's like you gotta kind of think about that.
The Kendrick theory sounds very far-fetched.
Yeah, but I'm
very far-fetched.
But I can understand in the height of all of this how somebody would think that and throw that into the mix. Like, yo, could this be a part of this whole Kendrick Drake shit? I understand
but
that.
those are
I
the
don't
same
believe
people that think Biggie shot Tupac.
Right. Like I'm not one of those people, but I can understand how easy it is for people to feel that way. I think that this was, just happened to be just a random somebody or some people. It's not hard to figure out where Drake lives if you're from Toronto. And I think they just drove by his crib and just shot at it.
I don't know.
I don't think this was anything deeper than that.
I feel like if like a stan or quote unquote clout chaser or someone along those lines would have made sure they filmed it so we knew they did it. I think only the crazy fan in this scenario would make sure that they could go to their stan account and that stan community and be like, yo, look what I did.
I'm the one that did that.
So that's where I think this has nothing to do with Kendrick or some crazed fan. Not some John Lennon shit. I'm not trying to save Drake from his innocence.
Right.
I think it has a lot to do with an ongoing internal Toronto thing. I mean, we saw, this is headline news, we're not breaking anything. Cash from XO's house was shot, last week in LA?
On the 29th of April.
Which who the fuck knows, because in the hills,
that
shit is crazy. It's happening all the time. So we don't know if that has to do with anything. But I can see this being more of a Toronto thing than it could ever be. Kendrick, I don't think Kendrick, even though he said to Drake's mom, I hope he fucking dies. I don't really think Kendrick wants to harm him.
Yeah, no, I don't get that.
But
I'm not one of those people that's putting this on this beef thing. This is definitely something totally separate from that.
But let's speculate that it's an internal Toronto thing. We don't have to put names to anything at all. I'm asking you as a civilian, what stat is that you shot a security guard outside of a mega mansion? Like what type of stat are you getting?
Yeah, because you can't even talk about that stat. Like, who can you even tell that stat to?
And for what?
Yeah,
like you did nothing.
Yeah.
And prayers to that security guard. I heard he is doing much better.
Yeah.
But he probably has a family. He's not sitting there trying to get fucking shot.
Right. I don't think any of these gentlemen are trying to get shot.
Or even involved in this. I'm guarding Drake's house. It's my job.
Right.
Some petty back and forth shit. I had a crib.
Yeah.
I don't know. I found it a little weird. And granted, I don't know what happens behind the scenes. I know Toronto can get very fucking dicey in certain places and certain people.
Absolutely.
But come on, what are we doing? Just shooting people's security guards outside their mega mansion?
Yeah, this is where
because of rap shit?
Right. Yeah, this is where, again, even though I don't think this has anything to do with the rap, the beef or the battle, but this is where things can the energy can change quickly and be like, oh shit, now this is something that we thought it wasn't gonna be. You know what I mean? Like you talking about somebody shooting up one of the biggest stars or shooting at one of the biggest stars in the world's house. Like that's fucking insane in itself.
Can I give you my theory? And I don't want to put this on anyone at XO's jacket or anything like that, but we saw the theories online. Drake said you have no shooters, and then all of a sudden someone shot. Cool. Not anything that I'm bringing to the table. If this does disappear, I think that does give that theory a little bit more credence. That is a very wealthy neighborhood. There's a fucking Ring camera on every last block. I don't care if they got a stolen car, different plates. They're gonna figure out who the fuck did that.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And if it ties back to somebody specifically and it disappears, I think that's saying a lot. If we don't really hear from this and it doesn't end up being just some crazy kid that was just like, yo, let me go do this shit so everyone knows my name.
Yeah.
And there's some type of tie back to somebody else, to somebody else, to somebody else, to somebody else, I think we know who it came from. And I see it disappearing. I don't know if we're gonna get a bunch of, I don't think we're gonna get a bunch of answers.
I don't want shit to go that route. Like I hope it's not. I hope it's not, because that now we just like, all right, like we back to this type of shit. You know what I mean? Like I hope so. I hope it's not that.
Do you think it was Lucien Grange by himself?
Shot Drake's crib?
Listen, man, We found out in paperwork that Jimmy Henchman went by himself during a banquet to shoot up Tony Yayo's mom's house.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, but Lucian, like, no. So,
some of these execs do
Jimmy
their own dirt.
Yeah, but Jimmy is a different type. He was doing that way before the music shit. Like, we ain't gotta talk about that.
Reading that paperwork was some of the craziest. Like, everyone knew there was a back and forth.
Yeah.
But when you read that paperwork from that snitch, they say, yeah, no, Jimmy left the banquet and said, yo, tell him I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then came back to the banquet.
Different type of guy, man.
But did you see the other theory, speaking of Lucian, of UMG trying to shut this down for Drake's sake, which I think this was debunked, but
yeah, it was.
We definitely can speculate that UMG is having a lot of conversations of where they want to go with this.
They're both UMG, right?
Yeah. Well, Kendrick is licensing, but
it's UMG.
Still UMG.
Yeah, I think I believe it. I can see why UMG would want to put it into this. Definitely.
I think they wanted to drag a little bit more because clearly it's profitable, but at what cost?
That's why I'm saying I definitely believe that UMG reached out to both parties and had a conversation. What that conversation was about, what it entailed, I don't know. But I think that UMG definitely, like, why wouldn't they? This is their business partners. Like, why wouldn't they want to intervene at some cost, whether it's just to kind of gauge what's happening, what's going on, like how long is this thing supposed to go? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the energy? Is it turning into something else personal? Obviously, things are being said that can then turn into something else that UMG will probably have to get behind and try to like fix. So I think that somebody from UMG definitely reached out and had conversations. Now, whether or not they said, "Oh, stop," or "Yo, chill," or I don't think any of that. I think that UMG definitely reached out and had conversations with both parties to kind of just gauge this thing and understand exactly what's happening and how much longer is this supposed to go on.
I'm not even curious of what like the high execs are talking about. More so that, for those that don't know, all the divisions of UMG ended up in one building because the music industry is minimizing as far as employees go.
Mm-hmm.
Manscaped has done it again. They've done it again.
So I would just love to see the person that is working the Not Like Us record be like, we're about to bring it to radio. And then someone from the PR team at Republic is like, you're going to do what?
Right. Yeah.
We want to work a record that's going to kill another one?
Yeah.
I want to know what that chaos looks like.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, UMG has had so many things on their jacket that they have not given a single fuck about.
Exactly.
Like,
but this is we know this is different.
Like Lucian might have walked in, they called him a what? A pedophile? They called me that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've been caught up in that whole before the statute of limitations. Diddy was in it. Cosby was in it again.
Mm-hmm.
UMG execs were in it too. This is nothing new. They've never really given a fuck about a moral standard. So I don't know if they care at all to end it.
Nah, they definitely care to end it. I don't think that that's what that call was about. I think that call was probably just a temperature check.
Where are you gonna take
it? Like where's this going? What's happening? But I don't think that they're trying to intervene and stop because they feel like Drake is losing. Whatever they were saying, Drake is losing, so UMG jumped in to stop it. Like I don't think that that's what happened. I think that these are both vested interests of UMG, and they're just checking in on these artists.
Is Drake compromised because he has even more invested interest with UMG? Let's say hypothetically he finds real evidence. Not just a chick from Hard Rock Cafe talking about some Kendrick shit.
Mm-hmm.
He finds real evidence or real statements.
Mm-hmm.
Does he consult with UMG or just put it out?
Nah, he puts that out.
You got to put that shit out.
Is that
Fuck
relationship, because I'm sure Lucian and Drake are much closer than Kendrick and Lucian.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's a way different relationship there. Top probably has a better relationship with Lucian than Kendrick does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Drake does that right away. I really think he has to have some type of conversation with his partner.
I think it's the opposite.
Where it stands
I think
right
he does
now,
it, and Lucian hits him with the Julian line. Come on, like, he calls Drake. Like, come on.
It's just a distribution deal, but come on.
Why would you put that out? Like that's. I don't think Drake is hitting him talking about, yo, I'm about to put this out, and fuck it, you guys. He's gonna drop that shit And then the text messages and the emails will come in after that.
Yeah.
Lucian, we'll get him some more therapy. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Where it stands, I think Drake's dropping next. Do you guys have any thoughts on like what's to come in terms of like releases?
I think similar to what.
Well, I think. Well, not to cut you off, Rory, but to cut you off. I think that. I don't think Kendrick is dropping anything because Not Like Us is what they're working right now.
Yeah, I think he's shooting the video. I think he has clips ready in case Drake drops, but
he's not releasing anything until.
I think he's ready because he doesn't need to drop because he's clearly up. So I think it's in Drake's court still.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Drake is dumb enough to think one record could change this. I think he's recording multiple, and he's gonna drop all those at the same time. I don't think Drake handles criticism well, which I think is why he's such a great artist. After For All the Dogs, he got a lot of flack. Said I was done. Walked back in, said, Noel, I'm not retired anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Here's 7 more fucking Conductor records.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Won me the fuck over immediately.
The best.
I did not like For All the Dogs. That Scary Hour shit is incredible to me.
Mm-hmm.
Won me over like, all right, I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the only way when I've been thinking about this the past few days when people weren't dropping. I was like, all right, Drake's probably recording 3 songs a day. And he's going to pick the best however many of that. And we are going to get a whole package of records. And then Kendrick's gonna have to deal with that. And I think Drake is gonna have 2 just on the side just in case.
Yeah, again.
One's gonna have a hit.
Changing the cadence of this whole thing.
Yeah.
I think is what Drake is gonna do next. Just change it. Like you said, focus on what he's doing, what he's working. Fuck if Kendrick is putting out records and when he's putting them out. You go in your back cave, create your piece of art. And give it to the people when you feel like it's done and you're ready to give it to people.
Before we move on, because I know it's been almost an hour, but this is what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's complaining.
I wanted to bring up a theory last episode. I forgot, but I did tweet it. Do you think there is a world where the mole is actually the opposite and Drake was fed misinformation about the Dave Free and Whitney kid situation?
No. I think you got your aluminum foil on, but no.
Because where does one find out that information? I'm speculating. Because I could see a world where somebody could feed that to Drake, because it sounds like fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but what if this is something that he's known or heard for a few years?
True. I mean, I know everyone speaks within.
Like somebody sent the mole 3 years ago?
But I do think Drake, even though I've been giving him shit, is calculated and done.
Yeah, see, this right here, this is where I have to stop the video now, because I hate to say it, but yes, I'm referring back to Twitter now. But one of Kendrick's artists and friends even said that one of his little homies was asked to give information about Kendrick, and they gave him false information on purpose. It's already out there that Drake gave a nigga $150K for some false information. Like, the nigga just said it. It's on Twitter. Y'all can go look it up. Dude done had a whole Discord interview and everything. He already answered saying, like, yeah, one of my young niggas told me, whoop, 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 whoop. And yeah, so I told him, man, look, tell him to ask for extra 50. You know what I mean? And tell him this information. And Drake took that shit and ran with it. That's why Kendrick even said, nigga, you tried to pay for information out the streets, and I got the receipts. Like, I actually have the receipts to be like, yeah, my young niggas got paid off of you. But in the meantime, in between time, I really do appreciate everybody for coming on and watching with me. Hopefully next time I'll be able to have that couch in the back full with some more people watching, or at least some more, co-hosts or whatever the case may be. But let me go ahead and get up. There we go. So, like I said, I appreciate everybody for coming through, watching, you know what I mean? And we are definitely about to head out.